Gun laws got a lot of attention this week in the legislature. In fact, on Tuesday alone, more than a dozen firearm-related bills were considered. Jason Doyle reports from the Capitol on the measures lawmakers are proposing.
Second Amendment advocates are seeking to protect gun owners' rights from government overreach or even confiscation of firearms. Senate Bill 631 would make Oklahoma a Second Amendment sanctuary state.
Senate Bill 631, a request bill from the Oklahoma Second Amendment Association, builds a wall of protection around our God-given, blood-bought, constitutionally guaranteed right to keep and bear arms.
Moms Demand Action Oklahoma legislative lead Beth Furnish says a mechanism is already in place to challenge unconstitutional federal laws and regulations, so this bill isn't necessary.
I feel like there's already a process in place to address the constitutionality of the Second Amendment, and I just don't see why this bill is necessary.
Oklahoma Second Amendment Association President Don Spencer disagrees.
Senate Bill 631 is a response back to a federal overreach in the proportion that the Oklahoma will not accept federal money to do the federal work of unconstitutional acts.
Senate Bill 631's author, Senator Warren Hamilton, says it is only right to defend a constitutional amendment.
The Second Amendment is a God-given right, and we see infringements and encroachments on that right from various parties at all levels of government, and it's important that we take legal action to protect that right.
Senate Bill 631 did pass and is up for committee assignment in the House. Another gun-related measure, Senate Bill 644, would allow city councils to designate employees to carry a weapon while on duty if they have a state permit.
We've also seen attacks on municipal employees in other states that had no way to respond, and the massacre is terrible. So we feel it's a natural deterrent that, hey, someone on the other side of that door may actually have a gun and may be able to use it and stop a perpetrator.
Senate Democrats questioned the bill's author, Senator Blake Stevens, about what kind of training was required by the legislation.
You have to go through a course concerning liability, among other things, how to handle to be safe while handling a firearm. I'm not a certified instructor. I actually have my own, been through the course, and there is a background check.
Furnish says Senate Bill 644 is risky.
I think it does have the potential to increase gun violence, particularly through unintentional shootings. So it's not something that I support.
Representative Jason Lowe feels it releases cities from responsibility if a gun accident by an employee happens.
There is no liability as far as the city is concerned. The bill states that municipalities shall not be liable for any loss or damage if any injuries take place.
It passed the Senate as well. An incident at a restaurant shortly after the state's constitutional permitless carry law went into effect has resulted in Senate Bill 646.
It clarifies that a person with permission of the restaurant may carry a firearm anywhere in the restaurant as long as he or she is not consuming alcohol. This provision already exists. This bill also allows for employees in a bar to carry firearms with the owner's permission.
Lowe contends that legislation puts a lot of responsibility on bartenders and waitstaff.
It's making bartenders, servers, security guards, basically, because, now they have to be the person to go to a person who's armed with a firearm and ask them to leave.
Senate Bill 646 did make it out of the Senate this week. Over in the House, much of the same proposed legislation has been put into a gun omnibus measure, House Bill 2645.
The substantive changes in this amendment is adding the municipal employee carry and then some further cleanup language. We just wanted to put it all in one rather than trying to track down all the page numbers and everything.
It includes a preemption clause, which restricts cities and counties from making their own gun-related ordinances or statutes.
We should allow our local communities that control to further prevent gun violence depending on their local environment.
Despite an attempt to amend the bill, The preemption rule remained intact, and the bill was passed by House members, moving it to the Senate ahead of the House of Origin deadline. Jason Doyle, the Oklahoma News Report.